Before we dig in, let's take a quick walking tour of the Luxent Hotel lobby during the holiday season. Opposite the front desk is the hotel bar and some cushy seats, as well as a couple of low-key tables for those looking for a snack or a nightcap. Now, Luxent is one of the more low-key but high-quality accommodations in Quezon City. Prior to the pandemic, I was able to visit several times to dine at Garden Cafe, their main food and beverage restaurant. There was even a staycation with friends at some point. Since then, the hotel has undergone some renovations in both their rooms and facilities to keep things modern. Fun fact, this shiny hall we're going through used to be the Garden Cafe. They've since transformed the space to accommodate the ground floor function rooms. At the end of the hall and on the left side is now the new location of Garden Cafe. Now let's talk rates. Because I love a good dining deal, I'm not gonna gatekeep this. We were able to get discounted rates of 30% off by using the Eatigo app to book reservations. I'll link that in the description box if you want to know more. But we did visit during a non-holiday weekday evening for the dinner service. And while we're at it, let me just show you the operating hours, promotions, and dress code. The dining room is spacious considering that the restaurant is labeled as a cafe. Luxent's design interpretation of Garden Cafe features what I would call a somewhat whimsical take on nature. Doesn't this remind you of a book with a gilded cover? Further in the back are more tables and some private dining rooms. Luxent presents a diverse selection of dishes that do compete with other international cuisine hotel buffets of the same caliber. Let's start the buffet tour to show you what I mean. Closest to the host's station is the bread and cheese area. Here we've got a selection of spreads. That one on the left is the mushroom spread. Here is what looks like tapenade. And on the back, we have some sun-dried tomato spread. Complimentary juices are part of the spread, and there is a tea and coffee station by the desserts. Over here, we've got jars of fermented goodies, kimchi included. Next to those are various crispy snacks and assorted condiments. Across the room from the bread station is the salad station. They've got some pre-mixed salads, but the rest of the ingredients are for DIY salad creations. This is also where you can get some fresh fruit slices. For our family, the seafood station is a Garden Cafe highlight. The crab was average sized, but the other shellfish were on the bigger side. These are ready to eat, but you can take them over to the roasted meat station and request to heat them up and serve them with sauce. For the shrimp, we were able to get them with butter garlic sauce. For scale, here I am trying to compare the shrimp with the mussels, but those are big as well. Instead, here's a shrimp next to a local tomato. Based on our experience, I would recommend booking a table for 7 p.m. dinner time or a bit earlier if it's on the weekdays. The buffet opens and closes on time, so either refills tend to slow down by 8 plus or they are promptly packing up by 9. This was around 7:40 p.m. during the Christmas party season, so that's why you're seeing some near empty serving plates there. We were able to come back the following month for dinner. Let me show you some alternate dishes they served in this station the next time around. Can you guess what station this is? It's actually a sukiyaki station. An international buffet in the Philippines would be remiss if it didn't offer any tempura. The trademark sauce can be found inside the electric kettle. And beside that is the soup station. Next up is the Make Your Own Asian Noodle Station. The concept of custom dish stations is cleverly utilized by Luxent's Garden Cafe since it allows for what feels like a different experience every time. Tip: you can grab some seafood from the cold seafood station and have them cooked with your pasta. And this area is where you go to have your seafood heated up or your pasta cooked. So after the end of the buffet tour, if you happen to be wondering what we ended up eating on both visits, I've compiled a peek at our picks. To give you an overall idea of ingredient quality, Garden Cafe is up to standard with other high-rated hotel buffets in the metro in terms of ingredient freshness and presenting prime meat parts. The beef was generally tender, though I noticed that on both visits, the pork in their stews were a little bit dry and tougher to chew. In terms of seasoning, I don't recall having eaten anything too salty, and for dessert, my only comment was the crepe dough being a little thicker than I prefer, but otherwise, the rest of the desserts were good. Will I be coming back? That is answered by a resounding yes. The ambiance here makes for a more peaceful meal in contrast with a lot of standalone buffet restaurants that, let's face it, tend to get chaotic with their main clientele of celebratory parties. Please subscribe for more content like this.